Let's roll. Good morning. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the American Record Journal, and welcome to This Week in High School Football. Week kind of 5A, 5B, 5A, 5B with the byes. This is the 5B version because our SEC teams were back in action tonight. Cheshire, Lyman Hall, Sheehan, and you know what? All three win. You know why? Because all three are pretty dang good. In fact, FYI, I know there's a lot of props that go downstate to the quality football played on the shoreline and the FCAC, but Aaron, man, we've got some good football teams here. We have 6 football teams, all with winning records, and tonight, Sheehan stays undefeated, 5-0 with a win out at Reading against Joel Barlow, 47-14. Terrence Bogan, 3 more touchdown runs, 227 yards. He's over 1,000 for the season. Kyle Simmons, a big night for him at quarterback, 255 yards and 4 touchdowns. His main man, Jordan Davis, 10 catches. Sheehan is 5-0. Earlier, the other Wallingford team, more than just other, Lyman Hall, 20-14 win in Guilford. They trailed pretty much the whole game until, with just over 3 minutes to go, Shakespeare Rodriguez. Who else? Shakespeare Rodriguez. Short touchdown run puts the Trojans up 20-14. And then, about a minute and change left, picks off a pass at the 1-yard line to preserve the win. Lucas O'Riordan also had a touchdown for the Trojans in that game. Hey, they are 4-1. It was their first win over Guilford since 2010, which just happens to be last time Lyman Hall went to the state playoffs. Also in action tonight, our lone home game right over in Cheshire, where you were, Aaron. You liked the atmosphere of Cheshire, didn't you? And the folks over there had a lot to cheer about. Cheshire bolts to a 31-zip halftime lead en route to a 52-22 victory over Masuk of the Southwest Conference, and Cheshire is 4-1. And hey, I know we're a month away, but I'll tell you what, Aaron, our Thanksgiving games are looking pretty dang good. Southington, Cheshire, Lyman Hall, Sheehan, Maloney, Platt. All our teams, as mentioned, have winning records. All right, enough of me babbling. Let's go to the highlights from Alumni Field, where Cheshire hosted Masuk, and they put the hammer down early. Let's roll it. Things get going off a defensive play. Cheshire's defense was big in this game. And here's Ryan Mansell. Yep, stepping in front of that pass. And this interception and lengthy return gets things rolling for Cheshire because they turn this into 7 points. Nice pass from Shumila to Colby Griffin. Look at Colby Griffin battling here. He's not going down easily. Gets the Rams just outside the red zone. Here's Jake McAlinden. Big night for Jake. Look at the moves for Jake. Boom, bumps it to the outside, gets it down towards the cone. And Christian Russo, the sophomore, is going to take it in for the first of his 2 touchdowns on the night. That gets the Rams on the board. They're off and running in this game. Like I said, 31-zip by halftime. Here's the first TD run for Jake McAlinden. Big night for Jake again. He wound up with 4 touchdowns by the time all was said and done. Looking for some love from his lineman there. Another play by special teams. On this case, botch snap on the punt. Mantle's in the middle of it again there, number 23. There's big Sean Cangiano getting in it. Big, good game for Sean, too. Nice little block on the edge there. Springs Christian Russo for a touchdown off that muff punt. And the Cheshire Rams go up 31-zip. By halftime. A little speed bump in the third quarter. They had a pick 6, Masuk did. Also, Masuk turned a fumble into a touchdown. Scored 22 points in the third quarter. Got within 38-22. But then early in the fourth quarter, Colby Griffin, who you saw make that catch in the first quarter and refused to go down quite easily, came up with a big sack at midfield on a 4th down play. And McAlinden shortly thereafter scored his 4th touchdown. And then Russo threw a little touchdown pass to seal it, 52-22. Put it in the books for the Cheshire Rams. So here's where we stand now as all of our teams come out of their bye weeks and pretty much we all get back to action as usual next week. We have 2 teams undefeated at 5-0. The Maloney Spartans, I just happen to be wearing Maloney green tonight. Didn't plan it, just did it. They're 5-0. They're 3rd in the Class L points. Sheehan Titans, Coach John Ferrazzi and his boys, 5-0. Class S, number 2 in the playoff points there. Southington and Cheshire, both 4-1. They happen to be 7-8 in that order in Class Double L. Southington at 7, 5-0. Cheshire 4-1. They're number 8. Of course, Cheshire with that big win over Shelton, and the win tonight over Masuk. Masuk was 3-1 coming in, so lots of points there for the Rams. Also, Lyman Hall, the win over Guilford, big because Guilford was 3-1, and with that win, not only does Lyman Hall improve to 4-1, they go shuttling up the Class M ladder. They're number 8 in the points. That means, Aaron, if the season were to end today, and I know it doesn't, but if it were to end today, we would have 5 teams going to the playoffs, and I would have a lot of planning to do, and you would have a lot of driving to do. We'll see what the next 5 weeks of the regular season bring. Until now, I am Bryant Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record-Journal. My thanks to Aaron for being out there at Alumni Field, and to the Admiral, Peter Dewey, for covering the game. Also, our boys in the field, Shawnee was out at Reading to see the Sheehan Barlow game, and I had my man Robert Gulo down at Guilford to check out Lyman Hall's victory there. Hey, another great night. It's another great season. Certainly this one is. We'll see what next week brings. For now, I am Brian Carpenter. Thank you very much for tuning in. Be good.